Okay, this is Joy Gates here. Crocodile66 is the channel, and I have an animation that I created back in 2009 of this tree that's growing, and the final output was to be a flash animation. Here I am in Anime Studio because I wanted to use this program to actually do some of the animation, then export the vector animation from there into Flash. Um, Anime Studio does a really good job of being able to create organic looking things. You can see here that I have a basic shape animation, point animation that I have going on for the growing part of it. And then I added bones to the animation to give it the sway back and forth. It's a simple point animation. If you've seen my other videos, you understand what I'm doing with points there. I'm just moving them and setting keys for those points to have those branches grow out of this vector shape. So once I created this, I exported the SWF file, and then I started on with the leaf. And the leaf I wanted to be just a simple vector shape. I was going for an oak leaf kind of look. I created this vector shape, and then I created some bones to allow it to wiggle. So you can see that it's wiggling there. Once I got the wiggle that I wanted, then I exported an SWF file from here that I can import into Flash. I wasn't concerned about color yet or other things with the leaf. I knew that I would be able to tint this to whatever color I wanted in Flash, give it a gradient, do more with it. I wasn't sure what I would do. So let's jump over into Flash and I can show you what I did. So here is the final leaf. I have some symbols here in the library that constitute the total animation. So let's go to the leaf there, leaf wiggle. You can see I gave it a green gradient. And when I brought over the frames, obviously I dropped some. I manipulated some things. I wanted the wiggle to feel kind of organic and natural. There was some popping that occurred. I'm not sure why that was, but I think it ended up giving the animation a little bit more life. It's not that noticeable in its final state, so I left some of the popping in. And then here I took that same symbol and I created a group. So here on 4 layers, I have that one leaf wiggle clip, and I'm repeating it 4 times. I'm rotating it to the angle that I want. I'm staggering the amount of growth. Some grow faster than others because of how they're staggered in the timeline. And here you can see that, I've got the center points based on where they will be growing from. So I'm kind of making them get larger. I'm scaling them up, is basically from the end of their stem, and creating a cluster of leaves. And you can see that when they are all together, the gradients kind of fit together in a way that feels comfortable. And that was important to me. So here we are in a larger cluster, a larger group, and here on 5 layers, I put the groups. So I have 5 different groups. I did the same thing. I staggered when they actually appeared. So as they grow out, they appear to grow out. That's what I wanted. I wanted a growing out kind of animation happening there. Then once I got that the way that I wanted, I went for the total piece, which I have a clip here that is, you can see the layers are there, and you can see that there's quite a few keyframes. I needed to key quite a few frames in order to get exactly what I wanted. Here in this layer, or in this symbol, simply positioned those clusters at certain times based on what the tree was doing at the time. And then I filled in gaps as much as possible. The final animation, I wanted it to completely fill the limbs of the tree. So I did finagle and kind of do some things, but I tried to stay true to the branches a little bit. And you can see that as these things unfold, it gets, I don't know, I think it looks cool. It looks full. And the gradient that comes down into the tree kind of makes it fill in a cartoon sort of way, where the gradient just kind of sits at the top parts of the leaves, filling into something more complete looking when it's done. And because I created one symbol for, well, actually on the main timeline, there it's a symbol. I wanted the main timeline to be clean looking, so the final animation I put out there as a single symbol that you would dig into in order to edit. It's a symbol, so I can export it out as a movie clip or as an SWF. So when it comes to the leaves, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with that. For instance, you could change this leaf to a maple leaf, and all of a sudden your tree will be a maple tree. I could change this to a different leaf, and that was my idea for making this tree in the first place. It's something that I could reuse. I never really got around to doing that, but it is something that could be reused. And color-wise, it could be fall colors. Lots of things that could be done. Anyway, I hope this is helpful, and I appreciate you watching, so thank you very much.